it a day. Then we blended it all up and hoped for the best. It's worth pointing out that again, the ingredients are supposed to be listed by the amount used proportionally on the recipe. Our order came out very differently, but in truth, it's just not possible to satisfy these nutritional requirements with the ingredients as they're currently written out.
We're getting ready to blend. We'll get a sense of what color this actually is.
Also, before I try this stuff, you have gotta subscribe. I am putting my life on the line for you. Look at this. This is disgusting, but I'm testing it for science and for your enjoyment. So if that's not worth a hit of that subscribe button, I don't know what is. Subscribing is free, a stark contrast from the amount of medical attention I'm gonna need after this episode. At first glance, one thing was certain. This was not the sauce that Chef P is using. The color is purple, not the Kirby pink that we were hoping for. Dragon fruit, while it provides color, is a watery fruit and left us with a runny broth, not a finger-licking sauce. So, not a great start visually, but remember, flavor-wise, we're looking for something that's close to a sweet ranch. And
wow, that is a trip for your taste buds.
Oh man.
It is sweet on the front end. It is garlicky throughout.
I'm not a squeamish or picky person. I do not enjoy that flavor.
It sort of had that going for it if you squint really hard, but it lacked any kind of creaminess because again, it has no binding agent or ingredient that creates a sticky, creamy texture. I gotta admit, so far Chef P is failing her mission to, as the bottle says, excite my taste buds and thrill me with their creativity. The only thing creative about all this is their creative interpretation of the meaning of numbers. So, in order to try and get a creamier texture with a color that better resembled pink sauce, I went rogue and took two different approaches. First, I added some mayonnaise to the mixture that we already made. Why mayo? Well, you see this right here, sitting next to Chef P in this video? I mean, what is that ingredient? It's white and it's viscous, which honestly doesn't apply to any other ingredient in the sauce. It's not mashed garlic, because you can see the garlic cloves floating there in the literal vat of oil that she created in the blender. In fact, I suspect that mayo may be acting as more than just an ingredient. You notice the yellow-capped squeeze bottles that the pink sauce comes packaged in? Why wouldn't your pink sauce have, I don't know, a pink lid? Yellow is nowhere to be found in her brand, unless your main ingredient is mayonnaise and you happen to have
Charmin Ultra Soft is softer than ever.
And you can use less. It's worth it.
a ton of these yellow-capped bottles just sitting around. Repurpose the old mayo bottles, wipe off the label, boom! You've got yourself a brand new product. Anyway, I figured the mayo would help build a nice stable creaminess where it's lacking right now. It tasted...
I definitely taste the vinegar. I definitely taste the garlic. And I get a little bit of the honey, but not really very much.
For the other approach, I got serious. I knew that we were looking for a sweet ranch flavor, so why not just cut to the chase? I mixed our buddy Hidden Valley Ranch, #NotSpawn, and the dragon fruit together.
So our sauces are all mixed up.
Yep.
Now it's just time for the taste test.
So on this side, we have our ranch, which has all of the great seasonings and spices, garlic, vinegar. It's got everything already in there. Yep. So all we did was add fruit. And basically we've got some nice fruity ranch.
So really this is ranch plus dragon fruit.
Yes, ranch plus dragon fruit, that's it.
Great.
On this
Easy.
side, we have sort of the opposite. So we have the plain mayonnaise, nothing in it, but we added our whole mixture to it. So in this one, our fruit mixture has the vinegar and the honey and the salt and the garlic and all of that. So we came to a similar color and consistency on both sides.
I was gonna say, from a coloring standpoint, this is pretty much the quintessential pink sauce.
And from a texture standpoint, it seems to be about what we see on TikTok.
Yeah, from the ranch. I mean, it's ranch. It's great.
Oh yeah, that just tastes like ranch.
It's just ranch.
You can't taste any of the fruit. You see the pink, but you don't taste anything remotely pink. It tastes like ranch, which is lovely. Who wouldn't like ranch?
Honestly, everyone's making a big deal about like, no, why does it cost $20 for one of these bottles? It's because she's buying this plus like a $5 fruit. A dragon fruit's expensive.
They are, they're really expensive.
Each one's $5. You gotta charge a lot for that.
Yeah, okay, ready? We're gonna go for the mayo plus mixture.
Okay.
I kind of like it.
It's pretty good.
I'm ashamed of myself right now.
It's a sweet mayo. It's mayo with a kick.
You definitely still don't taste the dragon fruit.
No.
In either one.
Absolutely not.
So the main ingredient in both of these is the mayo and the ranch.
Yeah.
The other stuff is just seasonings, and then the
If
color.
that.
Yeah, I mean, the only
Honestly.
thing that this dragon fruit is even doing is just color. That's nothing else. So what I think we need to do is actually combine these two guys to get the final pink sauce.
And then we'll dunk some chicken.
Yeah.
That is the silverware drawer. I don't
Do you
why I
know?
turned
Do you
to-
know where things are?
I do.
It's your kitchen,
I
man.
do, but I'm on camera and I choked under
Oh my
pressure.
god. Oh, that's it. That's it. It's Sweet Ranch.
So this is it. Homemade pink sauce. Plus, you can refrigerate it at home.
Hey!
Which is a big win. That way you can get a viral video without the virus. Only one thing left to do. The chicken test.
Boop.
Slather it in there like she
Oh
does in
yeah.
her
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
videos. Acceptable.
So what is the pink sauce? Well, we can say for certain that it's not what's listed on the label. Very clearly, there's a major thickening or binding agent that's in this sauce that's just outright missing from the labeling. From here, we have to enter into the realm of speculation, but having spent the last week testing the sauce and zooming and enhancing every video of it I can find, I believe the actual recipe for the sauce is a combination of both of our tests. If it tastes like Sweet Ranch, Occam's razor, folks, it may just be full of ranch. The heat that people talk about is from the chili powder, like Chef P says herself on TikTok. Then there's a bit of sweetness from the honey that she shows in her oh-so-helpful infographic. That leaves us with only one thing left, the color. Now, on her TikTok, she shows red dragon fruit being used. This video, by the way, looks and sounds like a murder basement. Now, to be fair, red dragon fruit does produce a deep red color, so maybe she really is using the fruit as it's listed in the ingredients. That said, it's pretty far down the ingredients list, and what we found was that we had to add a heck of a lot of the stuff in order to achieve the color that we were going for. Dragon fruit is also an expensive ingredient, and it's adding a lot of work just to achieve the color. That said, if we use dragon fruit powder, which you can buy on Amazon, we actually had to use much less. It made things much more cost effective, and we didn't have to change the flavor of the sauce at all. So, pink sauce? It's basically just ranch, honey, dragon fruit powder, and a little chili. Maybe some mayo thrown in there for extra creaminess, and the bottle. So why lie about your ingredients? Well, the recipe for pink sauce isn't rocket science, and neither is the question. When you experience even a glimmer of fame on the internet, you know that you have a very short window of time to make something out of it. Looking at Chef P's TikTok pre-sauce, you can see that she was already posting regularly, creating formats for herself, building a personal brand. She wasn't a person who accidentally became famous on the internet. She very intentionally became famous on the internet and then tried to capitalize on it. Was she ready to launch a sauce brand? No, clearly not. Again, we're way out of theory land and pretty far into speculation land at this point, but my guess is that she saw a 1 in a million opportunity and was so afraid of losing it that she rushed in and cut corners, both in the labeling and in the quality of the product that she was producing. She was afraid of losing her niche, so she refused to share her ingredients just in case someone came in and scooped her sauce along the way. At the end of the day, don't buy the pink sauce. Duh, but also don't really buy stuff in general from people you might not be able to trust on the internet. Feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but here we are, friends. If you'd like to try the pink sauce, then make your own. It's not hard, we gave you basically the recipe here. And remember, the next time you see Pepto-Bismol in a bottle being peddled online, maybe you just give that one a strong pass. But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Bon appetit.
She has this giant blender full of sunflower.
I mean, it's like a vat of oil. She's gonna pour that on somebody at the castle gates. I mean, it's enormous.
She's gonna pour it on someone at the castle gates.
What?
Is it boiling? I just imagine dumped oil on us.
Gross.
They're just really slippery.
They would be deterred.
Would they? They would be deterred. I just imagine it being like one of those Japanese game shows where they're trying to climb up the slippery steps.